special. I did over 19,000 in sales on those 2 days. Just
let me repeat that, guys. In 2 days, he did $19,000 on top of the $7,000 you had already done. So total, you did $26,000.
But I still have more coming. Because
oh yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is 𝐌𝐞𝐝 𝐒𝐩𝐚 with Everbo, and I'm joined today with one of our clients, Dr. Scott Sanderson, based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. How's it going, Scott?
Good. How are you doing?
Awesome, man. Well, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about who you are and a little bit about your practice.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, like you said, we're in Honolulu, Hawaii. I practice regenerative medicine. And so then we also have a med spa that we work with. And it's kind of an interesting combination that we've come up with of the two together, you know, kind of help people look good and feel good,
For sure.
function their best, look their best. And it's been a really good combination.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of stuff sometimes to kind of manage, but I think they complement each other well. So
for sure,
we've worked it. It's been successful.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when people start feeling good, they want to start looking good, or vice versa. They start looking good and they also want to start feeling as good. You know what I mean? So I think it's a really, really good combination. So just like every other local business around the world, around the country, right? You face some interesting, times, right? Specifically with the pandemic and everything going on. The government, your state definitely shut down, your business. And I believe for about 4 weeks, if not more, you couldn't see anybody. You were shut down. Five weeks?
5 weeks, completely shut down.
So what did that do for you and your business when you got the news? Like,
It was painful. Like, conversations with you helped a lot. You gave me some really good advice, and right at the beginning that I found really helpful. Like, okay, this is the time. This is opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I preach the same things to my children, but sometimes I don't listen to it myself. I'm like, oh yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, now how can I make opportunity out of this? And so taking that mindset was extremely helpful, made everything great. And because of that, in the end, I know our business is going to wind up being stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, it was painful. Initially, of course, it was terrifying. Like, Lord, oh my God. I have a lot of equipment with leases, and I have employees, and I was so worried about my employees. I don't want them suffering.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know that they're okay. I have personal relationships with them. I care about them, and plus I don't want to lose them. And so there was many different things. Rent is still due, insurance is still due, all of these things. And so
No, I mean, I feel you. I mean, I think, every business kind of faced the similar situation, right? And I think part of it was that, and we felt the same thing. It's like, well, we were all kind of scrambling. We all panicked. We all like had a rough time, but we all decided that we weren't just going to just stay there, right? We weren't just gonna like stick our head in the sands and then just cross our fingers hoping something was gonna happen. Like, we were like, you know what? Let's be proactive. Let's figure something out, because if other businesses have done it in the past where like there's been crisis and they saw it as an opportunity to grow, right? And to better position their business and all that stuff. So we knew those things to be true. So it was just like, okay, believing on them and literally just figuring it out, because it's unprecedented, right? It's something that has never happened before. But part of being in business is being able to solve problems, right? And that's all business is. And we always have problems. And so we always try to look at like ways of how we can kind of fix that. So we didn't know what to do, but we quickly started putting things together, right? And so
I found your survival guide stuff to be really helpful. I shared all that with my staff. Virtually, I was sending them all the links and stuff. And like, all right, check out these videos. These are the strategies that we're going to have. This is how we're going to survive this time. And I wanted to share that with my staff, so they could see the light at the end of the tunnel. And they knew everything was going to be okay.
For sure.
And
Yeah, that's awesome. It's really important. I think that's another really good point, making sure that your staff just kind of stays motivated and not kind of like feeling down, because they're the essence of your business, right? Like they're the ones forefront, kind of talking to patients a lot of the time. So what we ended up doing, we did two things, right? One, we started focusing on trying to implement virtual consultations. And then the other thing was trying to put together stimulus offers. And we did that through a series of text campaigns and some advertising as well. And we got some, for everybody listening, we got some amazing results. I think within the first 2 weeks, we transacted about $5,500 online. And then I was just looking at it right now. We've been running the campaign close to 3 weeks now, and we've transactioned about $7,000, a little over $7,000 on, Botox and filler are primarily the two that we were focusing on, right? And so that was a really good chunk of cash, because I think one of the things that we were focusing on was saying, well, you know what, we need to at least try to generate some revenue, maybe not necessarily to grow the business and take it to the next level and stuff, but more on protecting the business, trying to cover your overhead, trying to pay your employees, right? Trying to pay for yourself, cover, what your expenses, right? Cover some of your overhead. So how important was that for you? The fact that you were able to generate some revenue during having your business completely closed.
It definitely gave us a good peace of mind. I went to all of my lenders and everything, and I got forgiveness on a fair amount of stuff, but still there's a certain amount of overhead that I can't get rid of. So that was very helpful to basically cover that, and gave me a lot of peace of mind. It also kind of gave it kept our clients engaged throughout that whole month of April, rather than going just total radio silence. You guys were still doing Instagram stuff for us and everything. That was helpful, but then to reach out, and we're the kind of business that, I don't churn people through. I don't like that. I like to have a few good, solid clients that we have good ongoing relationships with them. So it helped to maintain that. And some of them I know bought stuff just to help support us.
For sure.
They looked at that and oh, that's great. And so that actually, because we did it online like that, to pay online, gave us income in April.
Yeah. Where nobody else had income in April. And that's the thing too. I feel like, Q2 is usually the best quarter of the year for a MedSpa, right? And so the fact that we've lost either a 2/3 or if not the entire quarter, it was a really big deal, a really big deal for a lot of businesses. But I feel like the fact that we were at least able to transact some revenue during that month was gave like you said, gave you that peace of mind. So that's really awesome to see. And so tell everybody what happened. So you just opened your doors up 2 days ago?
2 days ago I started.
And guys, so everybody listening, this is the most exciting part, because we transacted those $7,000 online, and then Scott just opened up 2 days ago. So what happened?
Well, a lot of the people who saw those specials thought, okay, this is a great special, and I want to take advantage of it, but I don't even know how much stuff I want to purchase. So there was a little bit, some people, they know what they want. They've been here and stuff. Some people and they wanted more. So they started on Monday. I was doing procedures from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. just straight. Same Tuesday. It was so busy with all these people coming from the special. And I did over 19,000 in sales on those 2 days.
Let me repeat that, guys. In 2 days, he did $19,000 on top of the $7,000 you had already done. So total, you did $26,000.
But I still have more coming. More people from the special coming today and tomorrow and the next day. This week, coming back like this week is going to be probably a record-breaking week. This week will be probably one of the best weeks of my business that I've had. So now we gotta keep maintaining. Whoa, this is amazing.
I want to, this is crazy. This is a really big deal. What you just said, right now could be the best week you have ever had in your entire business, right after just reopening again. Oh my God, that is phenomenal.
It is. It's great. So and we can use your guys' strategies to keep maintaining this and stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, there's no reason why we shouldn't just keep doing online transactions. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's a really great way to bring some extra cash in for those people, like you said, who already know what they want, but then you still have those other people that want to do a consultation, and either they come in to see you or you're doing a virtual consult. Like, that's going to be really good overall. But I think one of the biggest things, and this is something that we talked about from the very beginning, we said, you know what, like, now more than ever, we can't retract. We have to like just kind of lean into the situation, lean into the problem, and really just try our best to capitalize on it. Where everybody's retreating, like, we need to kind of lead forward and kind of put our stands. And the biggest thing is like, well, you know what, it's not so much about growing, but it's about protecting and positioning yourself for when you do reopen again. So it's like, we want to make sure that people still see you, we're still building your brand, and you come back to a full calendar so that you have cash flow. Because like that, I mean, for any business, that's the most important thing, like having cash flow. And if we weren't doing any advertising, I mean, you might have still had some people scheduled, but I feel like because of the fact that we still kept marketing, still kept advertising, you're jam-packed, and people really want that now. And versus like coming back to an empty calendar and still taking another week or two to see people and then bring money in. You're bringing money in like as soon as you open your doors, and it's not just a little money, it's a lot. Yeah. That is so awesome.
That was so huge. But because the campaign has been so successful and garnered so much attention and response, I've extended my office hours so that I can get as many of those people who would have come in April to now come, so I can do a month for May that is like a combination of April and May, and get all that income and have a record-breaking month for May. So it's necessary. I mean, I'm booked solid for this weekend, almost all of next week as well, and that's including the extended hours.
Wow. Yeah. That is phenomenal. So I mean, and I guess being able to come back to a full calendar like that, and being able to actually bring that cash flow in, like, how does that make you feel, and kind of like what were some of the, I guess, tangible things that now you'll be able to do because of that? Well,
honestly, now I know that there are some of the tangible things. I'm looking at relocating to a new location, so I may do that, and this will give me more cash flow to do that, because there's bigger places that I have my eye on. So there's that. Plus, I'm also looking at maybe some new equipment as well. I'm always trying to reinvest in the business, or maybe I've actually been looking at a couple of businesses to acquire who maybe didn't have similar strategies. And maybe a good time to acquire other businesses.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's all the whole point about cash flow, right? Like, you're being able to have that money there, but then you have a solid system that is continuing to bring more people in, and that's filling that bucket, so that's for my
awesome. Staff, because of the increased cash flow, I actually have given a couple raises.
Oh, wow.
You guys, because it's during that time, during April, my staff was fantastic. They were doing everything that they could to continue to train. They were doing lots of callbacks, lots of reach out. They were doing virtual consults. You set it up for them to do the cryo virtual consults and the RF microneedling. So they're doing their procedures. They're busy as well.
Yeah.
But instead of retracting, I was able to say, you guys have been there for us, and this is fantastic. And so I'm going to bump your pay.
Wow.
And so rather than cutting people's pay,
rather than cutting people's pay, you raise people's pay. That is, that's awesome. No, that's really, really good. I'm super happy for your success, and I'm super, I just get excited when you told me that how much you guys had transacted on your own, aside from what we had done. It's super fulfilling, at least for us, just because that's what we're all about, helping people grow their business and kind of changing their life during that process. So it's super fulfilling on our end. How has obviously in your experience in working with our team and how closely we've been working together, how has that experience been for you?
Oh, it's fantastic. So you guys have been, it's just so much more than just like a marketing firm. because you have that business experience and you've helped us a lot. You don't teach anything about business in medical school.
Yeah.
So you've helped me a lot with proper mindset and how to approach things. And like you said, one thing I always hear you say and remember is to get a reliable, reproducible way of generating clientele.
Yeah.
And that, you guys setting that up for us has been so important. And that we can do that. We can turn that on, when we need it. It's there. Plus, you guys have been very responsive. That's been helpful in helping to train my staff, help my staff to understand, things to say, ways to phrase things.
I think last week we did like an hour and a half meeting with them.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and they like that because they want guidance. They don't like to feel like they're floundering.
Yeah.
They want to be successful, and I give them commission, so if they can sell more, then that helps them as well. So they like it. They like the education. You guys have been very responsive in that way and helped with the website, helped with basically everything.
Yeah.
Patient Gem has been very helpful as well. Honestly, we're using that now to text our patients constantly. So our patient contact has increased exponentially.
Yeah.
And we use it all the time. I'm sure you see all the messages, but it's for everything now, and our patients love it. Just text us with so many different things.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, it's like when you look at life, like you one of the common things is like for anything to be successful, right? Like you always look at communication. Like communication's always one of those. Like in relationships, like it pretty much in business, like anything. And like it's like with your clients, the same thing. Like communication is the most important thing, right? And so it's like, why not make it easier for people to communicate with us? And that's what we're doing with the text messages because it's so convenient.
Yeah, they love it. And the other cool thing, and it helped in April a lot too, is that my staff can see what each of them has said to the client and what I have said to the client.
Yeah.
So it keeps a really consistent messaging going. So we all know what we're saying. So we're not saying different things to the client, confusing them or contradicting each other by any means. And also, on my phone, I can see as everything is coming in. So I can kind of just keep a bird's eye view on stuff. And I like that. I can see. And if sometimes there's something that comes up like, oh, my staff probably shouldn't answer that question. Let me hop on real quick. And I can take care of that. And then they're doing it from home. So I have staff now who are working virtually, and doing a ton of stuff for us. They're doing consultations. They're doing all the messaging. They're doing the answering of all the messages. And it's as if they're here.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is really, really amazing to see. Obviously I'm glad that you have been having you and your staff have been having an awesome experience. Last question. So just to kind of finish things off, like for anybody that is on the fence and potentially working with us, what would you say to them?
If they're in Honolulu, don't. If you're in Hawaii, don't. No,
you don't even have to worry about that.
No, I know you're exclusive. I like that a lot, actually. But honestly, you guys have been fantastic, and I would recommend you to any of my friends. I have some friends who, I already have. I've given you referrals of people and said, hey, you guys got to work with this group. So I think it's been fantastic, and I've been through a lot of different marketing agencies.
That's the other thing I say. I know you previously worked with another company that was charging you probably twice as much as our fee is, and not like zero results. That's what I recall you telling me before.
Right, and they can never tell me the numbers that you guys can tell me. They can never tell me what my cost of acquisition is. They can never show me objectively what have you achieved with this money I've spent with you.
Yeah.
Like, well, we gave you branding, we gave you where's the patience? I don't care about all this stuff.
Yeah, it's like I'm spending all this money, but I'm not really making anything. So it's like, what is going on here, right? Yeah, and I think that's a really big point. I feel like that's where that's my beef with with the traditional marketing companies. It's like it's a lot of, some of it is worthwhile, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of fluff and not really anything that's tangible. And they don't focus on things that are tangible. So that's one of the things that I know for sure. It's like, and that's the thing. Like, and I think we've had conversations about this. It's like, well, I myself am a business. You know what I mean? And so like I know what it takes to make sure that we can get results. Like if I don't do it for myself, then why would I, and it doesn't get me results, and why would I offer that same thing to a client? You know what I mean? So like, we try to focus on things that only get results, nothing else, no fluff. So yeah, so no, that's awesome, Scott. Well, thank you so much for jumping on and agreeing to talk to us.
Yeah, I gotta go here because I got a virtual consult I gotta do.
You got a virtual consult? All right, man. Send me a message afterwards, see how it went.
Okay. I will.
Collect that deposit.
Definitely.
All right,
thank you, Luis. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I stopped the recording, but hey, thanks so much, dude. Cool. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll talk next week. But everything's looking good. Let me know how the weekends.
Okay, I will.
Like, as far as like how much revenue and stuff.
Total comes in. Okay, I will. Definitely.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya.